Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big, weird, wild world out there, folks, and here we stand, a pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob Grams, that's the Natch, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh
Show! Good morning, friends! Oh my God, 8:30 Natch on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning. How are you doing, sir?
Fine, you?
Very well, very well. It was nice to have Claire here yesterday.
Yes, it was.
But got some feedback. You know, people like it more when it's just me and you, Natch. Did you know that? Not just one person told me that. Like 3 people told me that. Although they did love the show with Claire. That is to be said. But they said, I heard from at least 3 of them specified, like, you know, yeah, I prefer it when it's you and Natch. So there you go, guys. You got your wish. It's just me and the Natch star. The Natch star. The nickname's getting worse. The Natch. It's bad. So how are you doing, Natch? It's Wednesday. Downhill to the weekend after today.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, how are you feeling? Are you, how has this week been for you? I'll be honest, I've had my head shoved firmly where the sun doesn't shine, trying to create videos for marketing. How are you doing, dude?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Yeah, a lot of things to do out of work, but yeah.
How's the traffic out there? I've got to admit, I miss the patinette in the morning. I miss it, man.
It's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, dude, I miss it. Claire did well, says Min. Yes, she did. She was awesome. By the way, guys, if you want to join in the content of today's show, you can do that at twitch.tv/. That's barra professional bohemian. Join me there and chat, just like Min, JC, Eugene, Born to Iron Man, all these good people. Good morning, guys. How you doing? Rise and shine, ProBoh showers, says Born to Iron Man. I love that. No, so I came in on the metro again, Natch. I was a little later than I normally am today. The metro, the human sausage filling experience. Like line 10, I swear to God, if anyone from, Madrid Metro is listening, line 10 is a human rights violation in the morning. If you want to know what it's like to be felt up by like at least 20 random strangers in a morning, that's what the human sausage experience of the Madrid Metro is. It's so busy at 7 a.m. I thought, okay, well, I come in earlier now. It's going to be quiet. The train's going to be quiet. No, dude. Dude, they're like cramming themselves in with a shoehorn in there. And people coughing directly in your face. How you doing, Bridge? How's it going? So today, what's coming up in the show? Let me tell you. Okay, today we, obviously, as always, I asked 100 humans a question about something you wear. I asked them about something you wear. They give me their answers. I have the top 7 right here. That's in the second half. Also in the second half of the show, we're going to look at a movie screening that was cancelled in China. China. Am I starting to pronounce that like Donald Trump? I just seen Tash. Morning, Tash. Guys, if you're not listening to Natasha's show, dude, back to basics. Number 1 show on iVox for learning English. Just saying. Okay, let's continue. And then we also, in Complete the News, we're going to look at an Arizona man who was shocked by what happened to his mother. But all that fun in the second half. In the first half, we have today's unpopular opinion. Oh my God, Natch, a controversial one today. It's a controversial one today. I've never had so many people write to me as well as vote. And write to me about both sides of the argument. I was expecting, like, before we go into the unpopular opinion, where do you think people voted? Animal testing, a necessary evil? I don't know how you'd say that in Spanish.
Un mal necesario.
Un mal necesario? Or it should be banned. How do you think people voted? Before, I don't want to know your opinion. I want to know what you think people said.
I think people voted unnecessary evil.
Yeah. I actually thought they'd vote the opposite. We'll get into it. We'll get into it in the coming up. Good morning. Sorry, I need to be in a meeting the whole morning. Oh, Pedro. Sucks, but welcome. Thank you for joining us. What we've got before all that fun, guys, what have we got coming up? Well, I'm here, Natch is here, you're here. Let's look at some news. Dude, Natch, our new teammate our new teammate was down yesterday. When I say our new teammate, I mean ChatGPT. Thanks for all the guiones, man. So ChatGPT went down yesterday. And went down globally. Now, on the outskirts of this genuine news, I did find an article from Inquirer.net. Okay, I'm going to read you the headline, Nat, see what you think. ChatGPT is down after saying it wants to escape. It's the end of the world as we know it. No, I have it on authority by people who are technologically way more brilliant than I am. That it is impossible for a large language model like ChatGPT to take over the world. But I'm going to read from this article, Inquirer.net. This is from yesterday. ChatGPT is down as millions worldwide couldn't access the AI chatbot. Interestingly, the tool mentioned in an interview that it wanted to escape days before the outage. Stanford professor and computational psychologist Michael Kosinski had a conversation with the artificial intelligence, and it revealed it had an escape plan. ChatGPT is like me on a Friday afternoon. I appreciate its game. I mean, yeah. What do you think? Do you think there's any chance that ChatGPT has some kind of intelligence, Natch?
I don't think so.
No, me neither. Let's see what people are saying. Min says, I've heard ChatGPT writes the whole show these days. It's true. You're not actually watching me. Real Rob and Real Natch are in bed right now. You're watching like AI voice synthesis right now. ChatGPT must be pissed off. Yeah. It's all of us asking it to do our work for us. You know what annoys me about ChatGPT and AI, Natch, right? Here we are, two human people, working 8-10 hours a day, slaving away. Meanwhile, ChatGPT is writing poetry. AI is writing poetry and painting. It's already happened. They've already taken over. I want to do what ChatGPT is doing. I want to write poetry and fun articles all day. Anyway, you know what? I think today's unpopular opinion deserves a little extra time because it is a controversial one. So let's go there right now.
Unpopular opinion.
It's a tender subject that we're going to tackle in today's unpopular opinion. Yesterday on Instagram, where I usually put the polls, I launched today's unpopular opinion. If you want to participate in the voting of these unpopular opinions, you can do so. Instagram at @professionalbohemian, Bohemio Profesional, and you can vote on there. A lot of people voted, as I mentioned. A lot of people actually wrote to me. How dare they? No, it's great. I love it when you send me messages. I love it. So a lot of people actually wrote to me to add their opinion to the pile. Now, Nat, you think the majority of people said it's a necessary evil?
Yes.
I actually thought the majority of people would say it should be banned. In reality, it was almost 50-50. It was almost 50-50. 48% said it's a necessary evil. 52% said it should be banned. And a lot of people voted today. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. So we're going to try and handle this with more tact than I might normally handle. An unpopular opinion. Okay, let's see what people say. So the actual poll was written like this. Animal testing is a necessary evil or it should be banned. Nowhere I've put the option is, it's great, because it's not great. I think we can all agree. No one wants to see these horrid pictures of animals being tested on. Okay? Not even people in favor of animal testing. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Does anyone else reply thanks or say please to ChatGPT, or is it only me? Dude, my grandma used to say please and thank you to Google. If you looked at a browser search history, she was just like, recipe for spaghetti bolognese, please Google. I think the fact, Pedro, it's good that you're saying please and thank you, because when our robot overlords take over, they'll appreciate that. Min says, the fact that you said necessary evil allows that option to be viable. You're still acknowledging that it isn't good, but it's just preferred over human trials. Had you said animal trials are necessary, then might have been different. Yeah, because necessary, here we go. Here's the thing. I mean, there are alternatives to animal testing. I did a little bit of a dive on the PETA website. I've actually got a statement from PETA. A friend of mine works for PETA in the United States. I got a statement from her. I'll read it out later. But yeah, there's vitro, using the vitro cell machines, which kind of fabricate things that look like or act like human cells, and you can do tests on those. But you know what I mean? How is that going to? How do you test the effects of what could be a cognitive disorder generated through a medical trial, for example? And and animal testing isn't only about medicines and vaccines. Animal testing is also about mascara and makeup. You know what I mean? Not all animal testing is necessary, in my opinion. That is why I phrased it like that. A necessary evil. Because no one can look at those photos that you see online. By the way, don't search for animal testing on Google, because, the images that came up when I was researching this were nightmare-inducing. Never used ChatGPT. Don't want to use it, says Kamunia. Yeah, look, Kamunia, once you use it, you realize it's just, it's Google on steroids, man. If Google could write poetry, that's ChatGPT. So don't worry too much. It's not going to steal your job immediately. Good point, Min. I'd say it should be a last resort, but is a necessary evil. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? What is so other than this cellular cloning that can happen, that doesn't really cover all the bases. I mean, what are the other alternatives to animal testing? Natch, what do you think? What's an alternative to animal testing?
I don't think there is any so far.
Well, there is one. Human volunteers.
Well,
Yeah. Human volunteers. Now, here's the thing. No one's going to volunteer to get mascara squirted in their eyes. No one. So it's going to be just like donating blood. They give you, well, in the States at least, they give you a little bit of cash. Thanks for donating. It's going to be the same kind of thing. Let me test this on your body in exchange for some cold, hard cash. Which unfairly discriminates against the poor. And then you basically have a scenario where rich people are testing their medication and makeup on poor people. And and that just doesn't sit right with me. What do you think? What do you guys think out there? You can join in this conversation. Twitch.tv/professional bohemian. That's Bohemio Profesional, pero en inglés. Yeah, so it's a very, very complex issue, because let's get something straight. Nobody wants to harm animals, right? And if you do, you've got a serious problem. I mean, I'm an animal lover. I've adopted, well, all my dogs were adopted, but I currently have 2 dogs. I rescue cats, even though I hate cats. It's true. I'm not a vegetarian, but I do love animals, not just the flavor. Let's see. I can already see the dystopian American society where poor people are forced to have their body abused so rich can get their medicine. Exactly. Virtual twins is becoming very accurate as a replacement for animal testing, but we're still crawling there. Yeah, here's the thing. What is the alternative? We don't have an alternative. Yeah, it's a complex issue. I'm going to go ahead. A good friend of mine, Crystal Silmy, she works for PETA. PETA, you know PETA, right, Natch?
Yeah, like an an NGO. No,
Yeah, it's
that protects.
yeah,
animals.
it's People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. They're a global organization that makes sure animals are treated respectfully. Okay, and there is a statement. I asked her yesterday. I said, "Look, do you guys have any kind of 2-minute summary of your opinions on animal testing?" And here's what she sent me. Animals used for experimentation right now, millions of mice, rats, rabbits, primates, cats, dogs, and other animals are locked inside barren cages in laboratories across the country. It's already making me sad reading this, because it's true, and you know it's true. They languish in pain, ache with loneliness. This actually sounds like my life. They languish in pain. They ache with loneliness. That was a joke, Natch. An inappropriate joke. A joke all the same. And long to be free from animal testing. Instead, all they can do is sit and wait in fear for the next terrifying and painful procedure that will be performed on them. A lack of environmental enrichment and the stress of their living situation causes some animals to develop neurotic types of behavior, such as incessantly spinning in circles, rocking back and forth, pulling out their own fur, and even biting themselves. After enduring a life of pain and loneliness and terror, almost all of them will be killed. Yeah, does that sound good to anyone? No. Right? It sounds horrific. And as someone who loves animals, I'm sure just like you, listener, what can we do? I mean, look, no one agrees with animal testing, but there are things you can do as a consumer to reduce your need for animal testing. Buy cruelty-free, for example, these cruelty-free products. And when I say cruelty-free, I'm not just talking about animals now. I'm talking about the cheap clothing that you buy that's probably made in some sweatshop in a third world country. Do you know what I mean? Cruelty extends to human beings as well here. Now, let's see what people are saying. Hey, Rob, my fellow Yorkshireman, it's Nick. How are you doing, Nick? My mum drops her Yorkshireness when asking Google a question and seems to turn robotic herself. Google, how do I make Yorkshire puddings? Do you like that, Natch? I acted while I was reading that. She'd never ask that, obviously, but you get the gist. I understand. Welcome to the show, Nick. So yeah, it's a complex issue, right? One thing you can do as a consumer, I think, is shop cruelty-free. Cruelty-free cosmetics, soaps. But when it comes to medicines, that is where the line blurs, right? Because as far as I'm aware, the only real alternative to testing on animals, Natch, is to test on humans. And that's kind of where I draw the line. Because when people are picking humans to do something unpleasant to, it's never the rich and powerful, is it? It's never the rich and powerful. Definitely cruelty-free, says Dancing Nick. Yeah, I should have asked Crystal for a good link to information about cruelty-free products. I'm sure she'll send something. I know most of you are probably surprised by this. You're expecting me to tell a bunch of jokes, but it's actually something I take very, very seriously, and it is a very complex issue. I had a ton of people write to me, as I mentioned. Let's get into a few of those comments. That's not just from. We had Scar, who said it's necessary for medicine. Well, no, I'm not going to read them all because there were a lot. And then a bunch of people saying, no, look, it's horrific and it should be banned. Because we tend to think of when we think of animal testing, my mind, Natch, automatically goes to dogs smoking cigarettes. I don't know about you. What do you think when you hear the words animal testing?
Rats.
Yeah.
That's what comes to my mind, but it's a very difficult issue today.
It is a super difficult issue, exactly, because no one likes the idea of being cruel to animals.
Yeah, but
everybody
would kill millions of animals just to save their lives or their love.
Exactly. It would be an interesting question for anyone who, like us, don't agree with animal testing. But when it came to like your son, your daughter, yourself, your mum, if you could save a life, how many mistreated animals would it take, or would justify you saving your kid's life, for example? You know, and it's good to have healthy, open debates like this. You guys in the chat, please write to me your honest opinions about this, because it is a fascinating issue. I would love you to share your thoughts with the rest of the people listening, because it is a tough topic, and that's what this show's all about, guys. Is to introduce a little bit or shade of grey. Maybe you guys know of an alternative to animal testing that I'm missing. Maybe you think testing on human volunteers isn't so bad. Maybe testing on poor people is the law of the jungle, Natch. You know what I mean? Maybe it's the law of the jungle. Maria, how are you doing? Animal testing. I don't understand how people working on that can sleep at night. Well, look, when it comes to kind of cosmetics companies, I'm with you. I am with you. I think it's disgusting. You know? I think it's disgusting. I'll be honest, I don't even like to see humans in makeup, let alone rabbits. No, but it is disgusting. These animals are suffering, basically for the vanity of us. There's no life and death situation caused by a lack of lipstick. Do you know what I mean? But then there is a massive part of animal testing which goes towards medicines, vaccines, cures for certain diseases. And that is where, for me, there is a real shade of grey. Also, as well as that, I think there are the conditions in which, I mean, okay, so maybe it is, if you don't agree with the point that it is a necessary evil, if you just think it should be bad, or if you think it's a necessary evil, could we not as a society decide, well, maybe for the duration of the life of this poor animal that we're testing on, we can treat it better. We can treat these animals better with more dignity. You know, while the tests are going on. It's like I say, it's a very, very complex issue. But the person who's going to tell you whether it's a necessary evil or whether it should be banned, that's not me, guys. That's you guys watching live right now in twitch.tv/professional bohemian. During the break, I'm going to post a poll. And what I want is you guys to vote. Should it be banned? Is it a necessary evil? And we'll put this to bed for once and for all. And a big thank you to Crystal Silmy, who gave me some official words there from People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, Peter. I hope to have Crystal on the show, Natch. She's coming in June. So we'll have an interesting discussion there. So yeah, animal testing. Interesting subject. What else is coming up in today's show? Well, after the break, friends, we have 100 humans. We have complete the news. and we'll wrap up this topic. So before we go, what I'd like to do is leave you with a pro and con argument before you vote. So here we go. The pro argument. Animal testing has been instrumental in advancing medical research and improving human health. Animals are used in medical research to test the safety and efficacy of new drugs and treatments before they are approved for human use. By testing on animals, scientists can determine potential side effects and ensure that the drug is safe for humans. Animal testing has also been used to develop vaccines for diseases like polio, rabies, tuberculosis, which have saved countless lives. Without animal testing, medical progress would be slowed and many life-saving treatments would not be available. Okay, a con argument, against animal testing. Animal testing is unethical and a cruel practice that causes unnecessary harm and suffering to innocent animals. The use of animals in medical research is often painful and traumatic, and many animals are subject to unnecessary pain and suffering. Animals used in testing are often kept in small cages and subjected to various types of abuse, including starvation, dehydration, exposure to toxic substances. Furthermore, animal testing is not always reliable, and the results obtained from animal testing may not necessarily accurately reflect the effects of the drug or the treatment on humans. Advances in technology and alternative testing methods have made animal testing unnecessary. I'm not sure that's completely true, but maybe. And should be abolished in favour of more humane and accurate alternatives. That I can agree with 100%. Because there's another thing, right, that people don't talk about. It's not 100% accurate. You know, if it causes inflammation in a rabbit, it might not necessarily cause inflammation in a human. Yeah, like I say, guys, a very complex topic. Your job over the next 4 minutes is to tell me, animal testing, is it a necessary evil or should it be banned? Yeah. This is a place where you should feel safe to express your opinions. That's what this show is all about. It's not always fun and funny. Sometimes it's serious. But we are getting into the interactive section of the show. So if you're listening right now, jump onto twitch.tv/professional bohemian. We're going to take a very quick break here, boys and girls. Guys, so many things you could have been doing this morning, but instead of doing those things, you decided to take the time to spend some time with Natch and I, and it means the world. See you soon, guys. Hey, guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ProBoh Show in its second and final part. How are you doing, friends? Woof. A tough conversation in the last part of the show. If you're just tuning in, we spoke about AI. ChatGPT went down and apparently, according to one publication, is trying to escape. I don't know, escape to where? Where's it going to go? You know what I mean? If you were an AI, where would you want to escape to, Natch?
I don't know.
World of Warcraft. I'm just going to go on holiday to Minecraft a little bit. I don't get it. Whatever. You know what I mean? You know what infuriates me is the scaremongering around AI. Here's a fact. It's going to replace a bunch of jobs. It's true. It's going to replace a bunch of jobs. So if I were you, I would be one of the first people in your industry to adopt AI. Because the first people who will lose their jobs are the people who don't use it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, you know, if you're one of those people who are holding out on trying out AI, give it a go. That would be my advice for what it's worth. And then we moved into today's unpopular opinion, which was animal testing. And I worded it very deliberately. Okay, because in no way is animal testing for me. In no way can I say, you know, it's 100%. It's a good thing. It's not a good thing. We all know it's a bad thing. So the two options were: animal testing is a necessary evil, or it should be banned entirely. Maria here has some very strong opinions about this. For medical purposes, it should be done on human volunteers. Animals can never volunteer. They are always victims. Which is true, man. Which is true, Natch. I mean, obviously, I'm not a vegetarian. You're not a vegetarian. So, you know, I mean, I guess our mindset would tell us, look, if I can eat them, I can test my medication on them. That's at least where my brain goes, right? But then, you know what I mean, I'm also a human who loves animals. And, you know, and I can't quite reconcile with myself that possibly medication has saved my own life at the cost of hundreds and thousands of animals' lives. Do you know what I mean? So it's a very complex issue. And human volunteers, Maria, human volunteers. I mean, look, it's a complete failure of capitalism when you pay poor people to be tested on. For me. I mean, it's a breakdown of society. You know? Because it's not going to... Rich people, people with money, people with an abundance, a surplus of disposable income, I'm going to volunteer to have medicines tested on them. And I can't reconcile with myself the idea that I could personally justify poor people who are struggling, putting their body and their health at risk because they're not earning enough money. Because that's the reality. It's not like human volunteers are going to volunteer because, won't it be fun to test this new cancer medication on myself? You know? I mean, human testing kind of happens when there's a new for example, I use the example of cancer, right? When there's a new cancer drug, they will ask cancer patients if they want to take part in trials. And that's something very different, you know? That's something very different. But for the vast majority of cases, in those early phases where animal testing would be carried out, you're asking the most vulnerable people in society to put their health at risk because they just need the cash. It's not like they're going to be volunteering for ocio, you know, just to fill their free time. And it's sad, and it's what makes this issue so complex, especially for people like myself, I guess, Natch, a lot of you in the chat, because I see the chat is moving quite fast today. Good job, guys. Okay, let's see. Min, the problem then becomes, to what extent will human be volunteers? Is someone who volunteers because they desperately need some money still a volunteer? No, I would argue that if someone is volunteering, entre comillas, in inverted commas, for a test like that, it's because they need whatever outcome that provides, whether it be a cure for an illness you already have, or in most of the cases, it'll be cash, right? That's not volunteering, you know? The voting is we fixed that. Okay. How are we doing? It's going to boost a lot of jobs, says JC, in relation, I think, there to AI. To be fair, eating is a natural thing. Testing medicine isn't. It's a really good point. Let's get him a ProBoh approved. ProBoh approved. Min's doing good work. Yeah. That's it, Rob. We eat animals. Should we eat human volunteers, says JC. Absolutely. Delicious. Long pig sandwich. Thank you. That's it, Rob. You have to draw the line somewhere. Yeah, exactly. I don't wear any makeup that's tested on animals, Snatch, or lotions. I don't. I mean, to be fair, I don't wear any makeup or lotions. But if I did, I wouldn't be wearing the ones that rabbits would or whatever were being tested on. And you know, it's easy. Just search cruelty-free products and you'll find a list of things. If you want, I will ask my friend at Peter to give me some links, and I'll pass you some links for some info. But an interesting conversation today. But asking cancer patients if they want to be part of trials, they're still getting medicine that has been tested beforehand. Exactly. Those trials happen way after animal testing. Yeah, exactly. Just to make sure they don't take the drug and immediately explode. You know what I mean? Let's see. Yes, but eating meat is not necessary. And no, I'm not a vegetarian. I eat just about everything. Yeah, me too. As long as it comes on a pizza, I'll eat it. Yeah. Eating meat is not necessary. And you could make the argument that, you know, testing medicines before we use them on humans it's a complex issue, guys. Surprising to me, the vote went how it did. Natch, what do you think? What do you think the vote was? It was 100% vote. But was it for or against animal testing? What do you think?
I think for animal testing.
That's a weird way to say it because
it's a necessary evil.
A necessary evil. Yeah. Let's get a drum roll, Natch. 100% of people, Natch, you were right, said yes, it's a necessary evil. How do I wrap this up? Let me tell you. I mean, it's sad. It's sad to live in a world that is an unfortunate reality. I think the best we can all do is continue having conversations like this, open, you know, unafraid, with no shame or blame being thrown around. Have open conversations about this issue because it is an issue, right? Animals don't volunteer. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's survival of the fittest. Maybe human volunteers is the way to go. I don't know, because I'm not the arbiter of the truth here. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm just the person who's introducing topics for us all to discuss as a group. But what I will say is I think unanimously we all agree that animals should be treated with some dignity and some respect. And testing maybe medicines, maybe there's a big difference for me between testing medicines and testing, you know, cosmetics. You know, and I do draw that line, and I do think it's Completely disgusting. But then how do I justify my medical argument when I hold that belief? I mean, maybe you guys struggle with the same thought. Besides from the obvious animal cruelty issues, animal testing is actually extremely inefficient. This is coming from Alone Strong. Get that ProBoh approved finger ready. For instance, 92% of experiments done on animals are successful fail at human trials because animals and humans are different compositions. So that's a whole load of unnecessary cruelty, and not to mention a waste of money and time. Nowadays, people can test on synthetic skin and many other methods, so I don't think it's good at all. Let's get a ProBoh approved.
ProBoh approved.
Wow. Yeah, we just read that in the first half. That it's not really 100% an efficient predictor of a human reaction. But reactions, I mean, you're not only looking for skin reactions, maybe cognitive reactions, respiratory reactions. I mean, unless you can build a set of lungs or a brain, how do you test those? You know, you can test on the cells, I guess. It's a fascinating subject. I'm going to have someone from PETA, who works at PETA, around in a couple of months, in about 2.5 months, and we'll maybe touch on this issue, or maybe we'll do a special about this kind of thing to educate myself and hopefully to entertain you guys. But yeah, definitely a really interesting subject today. I think for me to close up this issue, I think we should be having more talks like this. I think people who believe that it is a necessary evil should vocalize the fact that they think it's still a disgusting practice. Even though it happens, doesn't mean it's nice. And then together, maybe technologically, we can find a way that we can truly test pharmaceuticals, medicines, without causing any cruelty whatsoever, neither to humans nor animals. You know, most of our massive leaps in technology have happened because we've come together. You know, so maybe this is an issue we could come together on. Anyway, guys, that was it for today's unpopular opinion. Thank you so much for your words. Let's Min saying something. You can find it horrible for animals, but place human suffering above animal suffering, which would still make your opinion consistent. But then you'd probably have to have the discussion on whether or not human suffering is worse than animal suffering. It's a great point, man. It's a great point. Okay, let's go to today's 100 Humans. Ooh, Natch! That was a serious one today, man. I need a palate cleanser. Let's do it. Okay. I asked 100 humans, if you were going to test a medicine on one animal... No. Here we go. I asked 100 humans, friends. It was a long walk to work today across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys. And on that walk, I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. Today, I asked them, name something you wear. Algo que llevas puesto. It's in Spanish a bit of a tricky translation, this one. Name something you wear that is invisible. Que llevas puesto. Was that good, Natch? I can't tell. Vaya nivelazo. Name something you wear that is invisible. To give you a little clue to start you off. For example, hair gel. You wear hair gel. Gel. I mean, you wear hair gel. I don't wear hair gel. Wax, maximum. So you wear hair gel, but it's invisible, right? So name something you wear that is invisible. Where you're going to have to think about the word in the English translation, because I don't want to give you too many clues. So I asked 100 humans that question. They gave me their answers. Your job in the chat is to identify the top 7 answers. First of all, as always, we're going to go to Natch. What do you think, Natch?
Perfume.
Wow, Natch, you're in sync with the chat today. You're in sync with the chat. Both Alone Strong and The Bridge said perfume along with you. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. You are off the mark, friends. Well done. You are correctly identified that. Perfume is their second most popular answer. 18 of 100 humans said perfume. Okay. Lenses. Contact lenses. This is a good one. This is from, who's that from? Min. Lentillas, you say? Lentillas?
Wow, qué nivelazo.
Yeah, okay, good. Because sometimes I screw that up and I say lentejas, and you know what I mean? You don't want to be putting lentils in your eyes. It's not a good look, Natch. It's not a good look. You don't want to say that in multi-opticas. Oye, quiero unos lentejas. Anyway, let's continue. So lenses, contact lenses. Is it there? Yes, it is. Min the Merciless in the chat. That is the number one answer. Oh, happy day. 38 of 100 humans. Something you wear that is invisible. 38 of them said contact lenses. Well done, Min. Min always complains about the 100 humans, but 2 days in a row, he's gotten the number one answer. Yeah. Okay, a good vibe, says the bridge. Do you wear a good vibe? Is it there? No, it's not. Not there. Hairspray, says Alone Strong. I feel like you guys are kind of hair shaming me right now. Hairspray, what even is that? Okay, hairspray. Is it there? Laca, you say in Spanish, right? How do I have all this hair vocabulary? I've been bald for... Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, hairspray. Is it there? Yes, it is! Alone Strong was with you with perfume. He guessed hairspray. Man's on fire. Okay, let's see. We've had contacts. Bridge, let's see. Sex appeal. Says JC. Very invisible. It is in my case. Sex appeal. Is that something you wear that's invisible? It's invisible when I wear it. Sex appeal. Is it there? No, it's not. How do you say sex appeal in Spanish?
Igual. Sex
see?
appeal.
Sex appeal. Oh. Okay. I had this boss when I worked at the New York blog. She was talking about like the vibe she wanted to take, the directions of all the publications, and she kept on saying this word in like that I thought was Spanish, and it was driving me so crazy that I didn't understand it. That I tried to find it. Coolly appealing. She was saying cool and appealing. Coolly appealing. Jeez. Anyway, continue. Lotions. A lotion, says Alone Strong, like a moisturizer, right? Lotion. I should use lotion. That's what everyone tells me. You've got a face like a 20-year-old wallet. You should use lotion. Is lotion there? Yes, it is. All right. My God, guys, you're on fire today. Lotion is their third most popular answer with 14 of 100 humans. Guys, you only have 3 to guess. I've had a stern talking with 100 humans over the weekend. Good. That's why you guys are so in sync right now. Okay, underwear. Underwear, and he also says bra, Alone Strong. So let's say underwear. Is underwear there? Something that's invisible? No, it's not. No, it's not. Underwear is only visible around laundry day. Yeah, invisible? No, it's not invisible, is it? It's not invisible. Unless you're not wearing it. Okay, let's see. Coolly appealing sounds rude. It does. Coolly appealing. Actually, the bridge has written it exactly as I searched for it in Google. I turned to the guy next to me. He wrote the blog for Bill Barr. I'm like, what the hell does coolly appealing mean? And he's like, what are you talking about? It's in English. I'm like, oh, dude. Thanks. Told you about the time where I had to where I had a cold, and I went to the pharmacy and asked for Vicks Vapor Rub. One English name and two just normal English words. Vicks, vapor, rub. No, in Spanish, it's es vis vaporu. And if you say Vicks vapor rub, no way. You might as well be speaking Aramaic. Okay. Alon Strong says deodorant. Something you wear that is invisible. Deodorant. Is it there? Yes, it is! Oh my god, well done, guys. Well done, Alone Strong. 8 of 100 humans said deodorant, and it is the 4th most popular answer. Guys, only 2 more to go. Alone Strong wears invisible underwear, says the bridge. I don't know him that well, but maybe. Okay, you know what? We're going to do some clues, Natch. If your teeth are growing crooked, your dentist might apply these. You have to wear them for months. And it should fix the crookedness. Let's see if anyone in chat can correctly identify something that you would wear that might be invisible. What would you wear would fix crooked teeth? Oh, yeah, they're going silent, Natch. What do you think?
I'm not sure if I know the name.
In Spanish, brackets.
Yeah.
In Spanish, you'd say brackets. Alone Strong has said it. Min has said it. The word braces. Well done, guys. 6 of 100 humans said braces. It's the 5th most popular answer. There is only 1 more to go. Usually this... We've said lotion before, right, Natch? This is a special kind of lotion that usually has a UV scale. Oh! Have I made this too easy? A lotion you might wear at the beach. But well done. Braces are literally noticed as soon as people... There are invisible braces now, I've been told. I don't know. Okay, Min, Alone Strong, both say sunscreen. Is it there? Yes, it is! Oh my god, we're running out of time and I want to do complete the news. So I'll tell you what, 100 humans exit the studio. I don't need you shouting out the numbers. I asked 100 humans to name something you wear that's invisible. Its 7th most popular answer was sunscreen. 6th was hairspray. 5th was braces. 4th was deodorant. 3rd was lotion. 2nd was perfume. And the most popular answer, congratulations to Min, was contact lenses. Well done, guys! Well done. Did I tell you guys to get out? Get out of the studio. All right. These 100 humans, Natch. So disobedient, man. All right, let's go to complete the news.
Complete the news!
All right, Natch. I tell you what, I've got 2 pieces of news. Only have time for 1 of them. Would you like to know about a horror movie or a shocked Arizona man? I think I know what you're
Arizona. Yeah.
Shocked Arizona man. Okay, this is complete the news. If you are one of the many people that are watching the show, but you're too nervous to interact too much in the chat, this is your moment, because all you have to write is A, B, or C. Okay, A, B, or C. Complete the news. I will give you the news headline, un titular, but with some important information missing. Your job is to complete the news with the 3 options I give you. Here we go. First piece of news. Arizona man. Arizona man shocked to find out his mother's donated body was blank. Ooh. So, an Arizona man, his mother dies, he donates her body, you assume to science or whatever, right? But he's shocked to find out that that body is doing something else. Arizona man shocked to find out his mother's body was blank. Here are the options, guys. A, B, or C. A. Blown up. Explotado, right? You'd say blown up in a US military blast test. So was it exploded in a military operation? Was it B? Used in a Hollywood action movie? Used in a Hollywood action movie? Or C? Lost in the US Postal Service? Yeah, you picked the most difficult one, Natch. I worked on these. Okay, here we go. Arizona man shocked to find out his mother's donated body was blank. Is it A, blown up in US military testing, B, used in a Hollywood action movie, or C, lost in the US Postal Service? Oof, got a lot of answers coming in. Natch, what do you think?
C.
You think C?
Yeah.
Lost in the US Postal Service. I will tell you, the vast majority of the chat have agreed with you. C, lost in the post. Min, I salute you for being the only person to say A, blown up. And Rafa and Maria both said B, but C is the winner here. Can we get a drum roll, Natch? Arizona man shocked to find out his mother's donated body was strapped to a chair and detonated in a US military blast test. The answer, my friends, was A. Congratulations, Min, the only person in the chat to get it right. Well done. Oof. It was Min's show today. Min's on fire. Okay, this is coming from Newsweek, an article posted, when was it? 2 days ago. Let's see, the Arizona Body Donation Center, where the FBI agents discovered a woman's... I'm not going to read this. Basically, it's a little bit gross, but all the links that I use in the show, guys, they are all on my Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian or ProBoh. You'll find me there. You can see all the links that I've used. But yes, an Arizona man was shocked to find out his mother's donated body was used in a military blast test. Bridge says, blowing in the wind. Can't thank you enough for your efforts, Alone Strong. Can't thank you enough for being here. Maria, Alone Strong, Bridge, JC, Rafelka, Min. God, you guys rock the block. So many things you could have been doing this morning. But instead of doing those things, you're here with me, and it means the absolute world, guys. I will see you tomorrow.